Hey, pastors and missionaries, this is Carl Walker with Engedi Retreat, coming to you with some advice and a little important update. First, advice, because I think that's most important for you guys, something you can learn from. So, I've been thinking a lot about rest, as I always do, and I've been thinking about anticipation of rest and planning for rest. I want to talk to you guys about this. This is super important. A lot of pastors who call me will either be doing all of the planning for their rest or they might let their spouse do all of the planning for the rest. I want to encourage you guys, if you're not actively planning your rest and a part of that solution, I want to encourage you to do that. It's super, super important. What we know from actually the psychological world is that anticipation of an event is directly related to how much you enjoy that event. So planning for your rest period and anticipating your rest period actually is super, super helpful for your rest period. Not only is it helpful for when you go into your rest period, it's actually helpful leading up to it, because we all anticipate things, all of us. It's just a matter of what you anticipate. You can either anticipate good things or you can anticipate bad things. What you anticipate determines what kind of chemicals are released in your brain. It's true. And so when you anticipate good things, you release dopamine into your brain and you elevate your mood. It's actually a very, very effective way when we kind of get down in ministry and we get dragged down into ministry. It's a super effective way to help lift our spirits up. Take a break. You're like, man, this is hard. This is a tough day. And then you realize, wait a second, I have a rest period coming up. And I really want to know about this hike I want to go on, or I really want to know about this museum I want to go to. Like, that is so critical in helping you keep that positive attitude in all of your ministry and keeping you even keeled. So I want to encourage you to that. The other thing this does is that it helps involve your family in rest. Not only your spouse, but if you have kids that you're still taking on rest breaks, that's amazing. It helps them realize that, hey, mom and dad really care about this time, and they care about it enough to plan about it and talk about it and research it. Make it a family project. That's what we do in our family every year. It's a whole family project. Our big trip every year is a whole family project. Not only is this important to your family, it's also important to the people you serve, because as you plan your rest, you talk about it. You naturally talk about it with other people. And so when you talk about it, say with those people in your congregation, what you're telling them by example is that rest is important to me. I plan for rest. I need rest. And they get the opportunity to see that in you. And they see you more as a human and maybe not as a pastor. They see you more for who you are, and they recognize that. So I want to really, really encourage all the pastors and missionaries out there to anticipate your rest period, plan for your rest period, make a little notebook, put pictures on your phone, pictures around your office like, hey, this is where we're going. It's a great way to help you stay motivated and to keep your mind on things that are really, really positive. Now, the last thing I want to tell you about is on your rest period, when you're done with your rest period, if you've pre-planned your rest period and you come out of that and it was like, man, that was perfect. Well, then you've gained more because you're the one that planned it. If you come out of that rest period and you're like, that didn't help too much. Well, you're the one that planned it. So you can go back to what you did and you can change what's going on. So anticipate your rest, plan your rest. Now, just for the next couple of months here, my family is going on their big rest period every year. We're taking our huge trip every year. And every year, when I do this, I send you guys a message. I stop all my emails going to you. And I tell you, hey, not available to help you. In fact, not only do I tell you that, I tell my work that, I tell my business that, I tell my home church that, I tell everybody around me, hey, don't count on me. This is my time to go make sure I'm healthy. And I unapologetically do that. I make sure everybody understands, like, yep, being a little selfish here. This is for me. But this rest period is so critical to making sure that the rest of my year is balanced, healthy, passionate, and positive. So I don't apologize for that. The reason why I can do the rest of the year is partially because I plan these awesome, awesome rest periods for my family and I. It helps bond us. It helps my mind wander. It helps me get creative. It helps me keep passion flowing in my life. And if I'm bogged down and I'm thinking about other stuff, this is just a great way to release some of that into God's realm and help focus on keeping me healthy. So I want to encourage you to do the same thing. Unapologetically, plan for rest, save for rest, and take rest. It is critical to your ministry. So this next couple months, switching thoughts here for you guys, I'm going to be out of the picture. I'm not going to be responding to your emails unless there's an emergency. Judy Ogle on our staff will be returning from her mission work in Africa sometime early May. She will probably respond to emails, the ones that are important. If you've sent an email for a request for booking, please know that we will get to that in the order in which it was received. I promise we'll get back to you. I'm not going to be back until mid-June. I know, long rest period. Busy guy. I take them. So don't worry about that. We're getting to them. We don't have any availability this summer. Just so you know, there's no availability this summer. We don't have any availability until November, December in either Colorado or Wyoming. So don't feel like you're missing out if you're looking for some rest this summer. We just simply are booked up solid. If you want to book for next summer, we take bookings 1 year in advance, which means on June 1st, we will take bookings for June 2023. So don't send me an email in May expecting a booking in June. I won't take it. That's just how we work. If you want a booking in June for 2023, you need to send me an email on June 1st. Okay. Listen, I'm gonna miss you guys, but not a whole lot because I focus on you guys 11 months out of the year, and I love it. But I also need to focus on a little bit Carl Walker. So I'm leading by example for you guys. Plan your rest, save for your rest, anticipate your rest, and man, when you take it good. You won't regret it. You won't regret it. I love you all, and I look forward to being back with you sometime in June. Bye-bye.